Fam, what's up? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube, coming to you from Quality Seafoods here in Redondo Beach, California. Located in LA, this is South Bay. You can get any sort of seafood that you have dreamed about right here. So I love to come over here and get caught up on all the quality seafood. Transfer portal Wednesday, it's crazy. 9 players from Alabama into the transfer portal. Gonna talk about that in this video, but first, news started on Tuesday night when we learned that Alabama wide receiver coach Holman Wiggins will be taking a job with Texas A&M. As I said on another video, I think that is a big loss for Alabama. I know there's been some people that have disagreed with that assessment. I'd like to hear from you why inside the comment box. I think he's done a pretty good job. You look at the past receiver coaches for Alabama. You had Mike Locksley, and then you had Josh Gaddis, and Holman Wiggins. He's going to Texas A&M. Wish him the best. I thought he did a pretty good job with the wide receivers over the last couple years. Shaz Preston, who's a wide receiver, also hit the transfer portal. That was on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, just a flood of players hit the transfer portal. We knew that some players were going to hit the transfer portal, and I think some might have made an impact this coming season, and some, sometimes it's best for them to go other places. One of those guys is Seth McLaughlin, who was at the center position. I think he really struggled this entire season. I was really surprised that Coach Saban and Tommy Rees continue to go to Seth at that center position. Maybe there's something that we don't know that we'll find out later on, but I felt that maybe Terrence Ferguson could have creeped up and took over that position. But they stayed with Seth for the majority of the season, really all season. And someone inside the comment box said that there was 30 bad snaps. Someone said there was 40. I don't know. 5 is too many for a season. And of course, when you look to pivotal games, there was bad snaps in those games, including this last game against the Michigan Wolverines. Behind that, though, was Terrence Ferguson, that he is entering the transfer portal. And I was thinking that, with Seth leaving, that Terrence would have a really good shot to be Alabama's center. You have him and you have James Brockemeyer, who I think would have a position battle to be Alabama's next center. So Terrence Ferguson, TJ, enters the transfer portal, and I thought that was a bit of a shock, to be honest. So, we wish him the best, and now it looks like the leading player to be the center at Alabama is going to be James Brockemeyer. Remember, his brother, Tommy Brockemeyer, was a 5-star, dipped into the transfer portal last year and ended up at TCU. Other items that stuck out for the transfer portal Wednesday is the fact that Ty Simpson is returning. We knew that a quarterback would be hit in the transfer portal, whether that was going to be Eli Holstein. Oh, we got some lights. Nice. Eli Holstein or Ty Simpson, and with Tyler Buckner hitting the transfer portal, you have another quarterback exiting out, and that is Eli Holstein. We didn't see him too much this season. I don't think we saw him at all, to be honest. So now the quarterback room at Alabama with Ty Simpson coming back is fantastic. I love the quarterback setup for Alabama. Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, Dylan Lonergan, and Julian Sain. That is an absolutely phenomenal quarterback room. Probably one of the best, if not the best in the entire country, returning in 2024. I know that's a big statement, but I think there's a lot of ballers in that room, considering the amount of experience that Jalen had this year. We know that Ty Simpson is a quality quarterback. Really excited to see that he is coming back for the 2024 season to push Jalen Milroe, to push that quarterback room. Has a lot of experience, and his father did confirm that on Twitter earlier today. Other items from the transfer portal, you have Malik Benson, who was a JC transfer wide receiver. He entered the transfer portal. I thought we'd see more of Malik Benson. I was hyping him up. I really liked what I saw from him during Pro Day, right? Like, he's a wide receiver that I felt could stretch the field, and he is exiting out of the program as well for the wide receiver room. So you have him leaving. You have Ja'Cory Brooks, who is transferring to Louisville, and then you have Shaz Preston also exiting the program. I think when you look to the wide receivers on Alabama's depth chart, it makes sense why some of those guys are exiting out, just because Isaiah Bond, Kendrick Law, Kobe Prentice, Emmanuel Henderson, those guys only sophomores returning for this next season. Other items from the transfer portal window that happened today, and there could be more, there probably will be more, and we'll keep you posted on that as well right here at Bama Football on YouTube. You had Monkel Goodwin, Isaiah Hastings, he hit the transfer portal weeks ago. Anquin Barnes, he was another defensive lineman. So when you look to Alabama's defensive front next year, they added LT Overton, who's a defensive lineman. You have Tim Keenan, and you have some big bodies in there. I was kind of surprised that Monkel Goodwin is entering the transfer portal. I feel that sometimes, it's best for these guys to be patient, but at the end of the day, they got to do what's best for them. You had a tight end into the transfer portal as well, and that's Miles Ketselman. I think the fact is he wants to play. And somebody said that Danny Lewis could be entering the transfer portal as well. I don't know if that's true. I really like Danny Lewis's game. So looking at the tight ends, you have C.J. Dupree, you have Danny Lewis, you have Amari Niblack, you have C.J. Dupree, you have Caleb Odom. So there's a lot of talent in that tight end room as well. Robbie Oots, I'm not sure if I mentioned him, but certainly a baller at that H-back position. There was some other news that was released today, where people at least like speculating on news. We all know that Dallas Turner is exiting the NFL. That was no surprise. We haven't received an official word on Terrion Arnold just yet. I know that he spoke to some radio stations and he was saying that he's got to speak with Coach Saban. Look, man, if he has a first-round grade, I just find it hard for him to come back. But if he does come back, all the better for Alabama, because when you have Trey Amos, Damani Jackson, Terrion Arnold, and one of those guys could swap down to that star position if Malachi Moore is to exit out. So we're watching that as well. I think we are hearing some stuff about Deontay Lawson. Everybody's talking about the inside linebacker, and someone said the feeling or the expectation that he's going to come back. I think he comes back. I think he'd really benefit for another year, and I think he'd showcase his abilities for Alabama overall. Rivals.com also just recently posted they have a feeling, according to multiple sources, that now Ryan Williams is completely 1,000,000% committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. This comes a day after we learned that Alabama has lost their wide receiver coach to Texas A&M. This whole Ryan Williams saga has been, I wouldn't necessarily say drama-filled, but since it is an in-state battle between Auburn and Alabama, who knows up until the young man signs. What are facts is that the kid is a phenom. The performance that he had in the All-American game, the kid is an absolute baller, 1,000,000%, and I think he can step onto this field and really have a high impact initially. I mean, you look at other freshmen that have contributed Alabama this past season. You had Caleb Downs, who was a freshman All-American, over 100 tackles. You had Caden Proctor. Look, if you're mature, if you can get the concepts down, you can absolutely play 1,000,000% at the University of Alabama as a freshman. Doesn't matter. The best will play at Alabama. It's amazing to think he's only like 16, 17 years old. So really impressive, performance by Ryan Williams. Just an absolute baller. Probably the best overall player coming out of that entire class. I want to hear from you inside the comment box. What was your biggest shocker, or what stood out most to you on Transfer Portal Wednesday? And we will be back with more coverage as it drops right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Coming to you from Quality Seafood here at beautiful Redondo Beach, California. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Like, subscribe, run the thumbs up, get them up. We'll talk to you soon right here at Bama Football on YouTube.